What up, what up, what up, what up, YouTube? We are back 2 weeks later, and this is the result of a beautiful planted tank. It's only 2 weeks old. Been my hands in there. Not so bad, right? There's 28 different types of plants in here today. Let's see who's gonna show up and say what's up to Aquabowls. I hope you guys like it. I added some fish. You can see some Corydoras. There you go. Hello, Zen. Zen's the first person to come in. Here's my longfin blue eye. We call him Spot. I put him here, or her, don't know yet. And there's another albino right there, eating on the wood. That's not a longfin. Oh, watch this. Yes, it looks good, right? And earlier channel we were watching at Fish Tropics, right? No, what was it? Fish Room Fever. He did a nice planted tank himself. If you guys don't know who Fish Room Fever is, go check out his room, Fish Room Fever. And Father Fish joined them, helped them out. Hello, Yang. Thank you. I'm not gonna be live for long. Just gonna show this tank. It's got some algae growing. It's got some plants growing. It's doing its thing. I'll keep an eye on it. Those plants in the back are new yesterday. Let me show from that side. I literally added those yesterday. That's a type of broadleaf Laguidia, I believe. Chewy, hello. That was a nice fish you just showed, Chewy. I watched the whole thing. I enjoyed it a lot. I hit the like button too. Yang, yes, there is CO2. So some of these plants I still gotta clip and replant, so they will do much better. You see some long, some tall, some small. They're started growing in. I've been doing quick water changes here almost every other day. So this tank has been cycled for a long time, but there's a lot of fish in here, so I added like, what is there? There's like 12. I added 16 of them, but there's like about 12 left of this white cloud minnows. You can see they're chasing each other. They're gorgeous fish, guys. White cloud minnows for planted tanks. Those are awesome fish. They don't grow bigger than this, and they'll produce for you if it's heavily tanked, you know, if it's only species, I believe, but maybe not. I don't know. I've never tried them. Stevie, how are you doing, Steve? Long time no see, Steve. So on the floor we got like this called S. repens. That other one, I don't know what it is in the back. This is the Alternata renicia. Yes, I have some floaty plants, but not too many. Just for right now, I only have floating big piece of Riccia. A nice piece of Riccia right here. That should be enough. It will grow bigger and bigger. That was a little tiny piece. So I like floating Riccia on top. The shrimp enjoy grazing on the algae that grows, and you know, they keep it under control. Thank you for tuning in, Maria. So we got like so many different plants. You can see, right? This one is not doing so good. It's growing algae on it. This is that one type of plant. I don't know what's the name exactly, but I got it to try it. It grows really beautiful outside, like in the just like nothing, you know, like no water. Really green, light plant. These plants here struggling a little bit. They do that sometimes, and they'll come back. That's Pogostemon plant. I added those Luguida last night. Really pretty. And that feathery one's got another name, and this one needs to be clipped off, and that one too. So I hope the light is hitting here bright enough. I have so many different lights on top of this tank, trying to give a lot of light, short amount of time, about 8 hours, and CO2 is pumping. I do have a hey, you guys see the sticker, right? You know who this guy is? This is Aquarium Tuts. Really cool guy. He's a local to me, not far away. I don't know exactly where he lives, but he might live in Orange County. I'm in LA County. It's in California, not that far from each other. So that's my you see the blue, almost green color, light green, this thing right here, it's called drop check. So we keep an eye on that. It's turning little green right now, so it's gonna, right now it's only like 1:15. Around 4 o'clock it's gonna be like almost a moss looking green. So that's good, but again, that's the showing me the pH right there. You know, it's going up and down. I'm having a pH fluctuation. So one thing I know about planted tank is supposed to turn up CO2 about 2 hours before, and turn it off 1 hour before, after. I mean, right before you turn on the lights, you turn it on 2 hours, and right before you turn off the lights, 1 hour. So that's their mathematically right dosage of CO2. You don't hurt the fish, blah blah blah, and on and on and on. So I've been following that regimen. So far so good, looking good. I have a little hair algae. I've been removing it. That's common in the planted tank in the beginning, but there's a lot of plants here. It shouldn't have any problem. Thinking to remove some of this green thingy right there and put something else, but we'll see about that later. Yeah. Now this crypt right here, it's not Cryptospiralis. Some kind of a crypt from Japan. I don't know what it's called. It's not Spiralis. It is not. I know it's not because I saw the Spiralis. It doesn't grow like this. This one's growing silky smooth. The Spiralis is all rigidy. I haven't bought that one yet. It's pretty cheap, but I'm thinking to get it. But you know, I got like 6, almost 7 different types of crypts. They all grow really nice. This one grows really tall. You can see from here. And in the other tank, the long tank, the 120 gallon, where I got all these plants from, guys, you're gonna say, Aquaballs, how much did you spend on those plants? $0. I bought them in the beginning when I started the other tank. You know, once you have one, you can set up multiple. And right behind this tank there is 120. If you guys, anybody new here, haven't been to my fish room, these things look amazing, guys. Look like a TV you can just sit in front of, watch for hours and hours. There's shrimp in there. There is white cloud minnows because the water temperature is cold. I did a DIY return sump, very nice. You can see, right, how it's working. It's pushing the CO2 bubbles on top, and then that water return, it's moving the water on top really nicely. This is a used tank. I got it from a friend of mine from Arizona. You can see the water going around. There's a leaf floating, so it's moving pretty good down here too. So you can see the little bit of a leaf movement. That's my Lagunandra. I have a little bit of black algae. I'll take care of that later. I'll usually remove the leaves, but this is a young planted tank, only 2 weeks. Give it about 2 months and look how it's nice gonna be. I'll promise you it's gonna look really nice. I'll keep a nice maintenance on it. You like it, huh, Stevie? When you gonna come pick it up, Steve? It's yours. But I'm afraid the stars will jump in there, think it's a jacuzzi or something. That's one of my scare. And you live in a small apartment. This is a big tank, Steve. It's a 75-gallon long. So, what's his name? Fish Room Fever. He had his substrate. Looked really good. But I don't have as much as he put in. Here's my hand. Look, the front right here, I added sand first, about like almost 2 inches, inch and a half, yeah, about 2 inches. So I added sand, and then I added the dirt. On the bottom of the dirt there's iron and bacteria and so on. So my secret recipe I'll share with you guys one day. Let's see how it's gonna come up first. And then I capped it with sand. So this is just dirt on the bottom, about an inch, inch and a half, and then I capped it with sand. That's a Home Depot all-purpose sand, guys. $2.50 a bag. So yeah, the stem plants will get a lot of nutrients out of the water. When I do a little quick water changes, that will add nutrients in there, hopefully some like hardness and calcium, what the plants need usually. And that's like, you know, the first month I'll do that. So I don't want an algae problem. I don't like the algae, and if I see it, I'm gonna remove it by hand, and then until the plant cycles fully, for like, you know, meaning like you gotta tune it in, you gotta fine tune it. Well, from day one it's been clean because the filter was already cycled for a long time, and it's a sump, like one of those plastic. Let me show you. It's the filter, old school filter. See in there? Oh, return, and this is the other side of the tank. Sorry, I'm making you guys all dizzy. Well, Father Fish, thank you for coming in. Yeah, I was gonna talk to you about the light. You like the light, right? Let me show you how much light I have here. So a lot of lights going in here. First of all, it looks like Atlantis. Who's missing here? Mr. Aquaman. Say hello to Aquaman. Okay, let's take him out of the video. But we got Aqua in here, no worries. And here we go. I got 2 long Chloralife T5 CFL, which is like, you know, the fluorescent ones, the T5. Let me just, and I have this two big, each one is like 120 watts. One is 5,000 Kelvin and the other one is 3,000 Kelvin. Different color. One's a daylight, one's a light blue. I kind of like the combination. It provides all the red that the plants need to keep red on the plant. And what I'm doing, it's like a little train track right here because I have two of those T5s. I got 4 T5 lights and I can move this light any directions I want. I'm sorry guys, I'm making you like, let me just show you quick how it should change the color. So that's like a lot of light. I can move it back and forth. What I'm trying to say, I can move this light back and forth without dropping it in the tank. And it's like, you know, I can give extra light any places I want. But the middle right now I have it has that support glass and it prevents from shooting a lot of lights down. So for you know, I'm like trying to tuning the lights to find out how much light I need to give to this tank. That is very important. So you need to not just do the substrate, you need to put plants, you need to do the light, you need to do the CO2. Everything counts. Some of these plants will grow without CO2. I have a proof right here, which I took some of these plants too. There's no CO2 in there from day one, and look at that. And it's substrate, which the same exact method here. Same thing, dirt and sand. That's a 30 gallon, this is a 75. So that's why the light is very powerful. I'm gonna keep it up that way. I added a lot of plants, and so if I see any more algae problem happening, I've been dosing some too. So when I do the water changes, that will remove it. So I'm like 10 gallon water change. I'll try to do every other day. Out of the 75, that will add some minerals. It's a fresh tank, you know. You know how it is. Hey, 54 punches. So I hope you guys like it. That's pretty much it. They're looking good. My eyes, it's looking so beautiful. Natural. This piece of wood, nice moss growing on it. Some of the wood is in the sand. It's not moving anywhere unless I pull it out, which I don't have any intention of doing that. I've added the plecos because the wood have some algae on it, which it was like BBA looking. I removed all of it. There's no more left. Some of that algae and fungus, the plecos ate it. The dragon, little dragon, is two albinos here. There's a leaf floating, so see that? There's a lot of plants growing in the back. Some of them gonna be really tall. That's a Loguidia red, and there's a super red, and so on and so on. There's a lot. I just added these 3 feather fins last night. They were growing really long in the 120. They look really pretty in here. So that's actually what is it called? I said feather fin. I'm sorry. It's called mermaid weed. Mermaid weed. Feather fin. Yeah, I apologize. So I've been doing some trimming in here, so you know it will grow a lot faster if you trim the moss. It's been only 2 weeks, guys, since I planted. You can go back on video and see how I started this, you know, on day 1. I didn't show the whole thing, but I have a little video, quick video. $28 different plants. You guys want to count it with me? There's 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go here. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, There's another one here in front of it. That's 9, 10. That's 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There's 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, and the moss is 7, and the riccia is 8. I counted it. I know I have 28 different plants. It's like a salad of plants. I enjoy the combination of many different type colors, the way they flow, especially this very beautiful water cranium. They call it cranium. I recommend, and you have a big tank, I would put that in the middle, but I enjoy it going up to the top and then floating down. I'm gonna see if I can do that effect. So it grows long. I want to see if I can get it up and going that way. And the same with that one. It will grow longer and it will float with the water movement. Thirsty Rabbit. Yes, only 2 weeks. It looks settled, I agree, but it's not. I have my hands on there, you know, watching it closely, waking up every morning, making sure I turn the CO2 on, the lights on the right time, and so I need to do some clipping, replanting, and after that, I think it's gonna do much better. Like in another 2 weeks, this should look almost full, but I can see some of these plants I need to grow more better. So let's see if we can give a little more light here. You can see the Pogostemon is struggling. When I started the other tank, the Pogostemon struggled there too. So some of these plants is not a good idea to add in the beginning. So it's better to add some short plants, but again, it's pain to get it out of the sand. You have to clip down to the roots, or you gotta make a mess out of the dirty tank to remove plants. I recommend like stuff that the roots doesn't go too deep, like the Pogostemon. The roots not gonna go down that deep. It will come right out. The rest of the plants here, they're gonna go down too far, and when you pull it, it will make a big mess of the dirt. It will pull dirt, it will make bubbles everywhere, the hydrogen sulfide bubbles, you know. So those back plants, they're gonna grow really nice in here. I'm hoping that's I have like good 10 pieces in there. It should do really good. So should provide, you know, more lights on that side today. You can see. I see people enjoying these dirty tanks. Dirty tanks are awesome. They're cheap though. They don't cost much. The CO2 is in my room. I got it for the other tank. If you calculate the price on this, I did not pay anything other than some light bulbs and the filter thingy right there. Those light bulbs were like 10, 15 bucks, $12 for two. And the fluorescent ones were like 20 bucks for the two, I think, from Home Depot. T5 high output lights. They are good to grow plants. LED is better, but I'm not gonna use LED this time. I'm gonna see if I can get it going with this type of. I mean, these are LEDs. These are LEDs. You can see two different colors. Those are LEDs. Very powerful, big bulbs. That's the only LED, and it's combination. So combination LED and see what is it? The T5. Yeah. So I mixed two Cryptochronis in the back. There's the pink kind, and there's a green. Let me get closer over here. So that's like some of that green. red looking, and there's it's the red looking. These things will grow really nice, guys. No joke. They grow really nice. I want that corner to be full of it. And there's a, you can see this plant right here. I don't even know if we counted it. I removed it from the long tank and I put it in there. If that grows in there, hoping to grow back, and because it was not making it in the other sand tank, maybe the dirt kind of, that's been like over a year, maybe the dirt kind of like went out, no more food, so I'm like doing more water change and adding more nutrients in there. And so some of the plants, I was told that plant usually dies down and it comes back, it dies down, it comes back. I hope I didn't stunt it by removing it. Well, I have the box. I have to just tell you what from the Home Depot. It's those LED lights. They're not a grow light though. They're just one of them is 5,000 Kelvin and the other one is 3,000 Kelvin. That's what I seen. They're just a big LED bulb, bright. I use these lights on Anthony's fishy friend tank. He's got algae growing because he's not doing much water changes. He told me that's what was the problem. But no, I'll be doing, he hasn't been clipping his plants. They're just growing very long and beautiful. He did clip some of them, that like the feather, what is it called? Not the feather. This plant right here, the mermaid weed. He clipped some because they grow too much, and he took it out of his tank. He didn't like it. I really enjoy mermaid weed. It grows really beautiful. You can see that rusty color, orange and green. It's doing great here too. It's been about a day, and later on we'll trim it and make more in the back. Atlantis looking better than ever, guys. Even if what's his name, Mr. Trident right there sees us making this tank, he's happy out there, sitting on top looking over the plants, saying, what's going on in there? Talking too much, right? Just blah 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 blah. Sorry guys, I'm saying too much. Father Fish, you asked, I like the sand, he said. What is it? I told you guys, the sand is that all-purpose sand from Home Depot. A bag is for $2.50. And last time we said there was a lot of clay in there, but you can, no joke, the same day I filled it up, it's been this clear. You can check out the 2-week video back and it's been this clear. Why? Because the sand got washed out very, very good. So Aquaballs make sure the sand is like no particles in there. When I bring it in here, there's mean I take off most of the fine sand, like type that makes it all murky. Right now, if you mix it up, it will make it murky, but I made sure I washed it real good. There's a lot of clay in there. Hopefully that adds up iron, and that's my intention was. Big J's, what's up? Drum fish keeping. Welcome. So this Lagunandra, it will grow really nice and long, big broad leaves. So almost all this plant in the back, they're gonna grow long, and I'm gonna replant it, all that. And so this plant here, I kind of don't like it because the way it grows, it's like sideways. It doesn't grow straight up. And I know what this plant is. This plant grows outside of the water, really beautiful, red, beautiful. And I mean, it's growing nice in here too. You can see it's got pinks on it. Look at the pink colors. An orange pink, not all green, rusty looking. And that's not bad. That's beautiful, right? But look, it's like the roots on the bottom. It needs to be replanted. I know that. I needed to clip that and replant it down there. Drum, thank you, thank you. And this plant, same thing. When it throws from the middle, I usually, like right here, take that off and replant it. Take that off and replant it. I don't want it to grow tall. I'll make it carpeting kind of. This is that red, easy to grow. No CO2 required for this plant. If you want to grow it nice and pink, just give it a nice, any kind of light will grow. I have it on the shop light and it's growing this pink, guys. No joke, in the cichlid tank. I like this plant a lot. That's the Reinikeia, Alternaria Reinikeia. And this plant here is another stem plant that grows wild west. No joke about this one too. Beautiful green colors on it. Longfin, huh? Nice. I would like to see that. Amateur Aquatics says longfin cloud, longfin white cloud should be here tomorrow, and then on Saturday my uncle is giving me some snake swordtail fry. Oh, okay. So one thing we're not gonna add in here is any type of crazy cichlids. Maybe one day we'll put, if the tank's doing good, I'm thinking for some, maybe a pair of angels. That's it, nothing else. A pair of angels. The white cloud minnows will come out and leave the corridoras in there. But I'm afraid, see, the summertime I can do the angels, but then I have to remove them back out in another tank. That's the only way I can put angelfish. Meaning that I can, like, you know, 5 to 6 months, that heated time. If you put cold in there for the angels, they won't make it. They don't like it. They won't, you know, they won't be happy. They'll show you, they're like, hey man, it's too cold. Yo, I'm liking this piece of wood. Really enjoying it. I'm glad I put it in there. Look, it's not to the front of the tank. It looks like it's to the front, but it's coming like really nice. Camera, zoom in, right. See the piece of wood? That's my albino. Anthony Fishy friend gave us that, donated to our room. That guy's been doing a lot lately. He's been doing salt water. He's enjoying his fish hobby, man. I like that, you know. If I had a job, guys, I would do the same thing. I would have gone all out. But you got, I don't know if a lot of you know that I don't work. And so the income, I have to watch where I do with it. Because, you know, the rent went up. Rent went up $200 almost. Not to lie, it's gonna go up every year. And so we should ask for a raise every year if we're working. You see some of that BBA right on that leaf. Not on all of them. To me it looks like a BBA, but again, look who's on there eating it. I think he won't let it grow. He'll just clean it up. Spotty's on there doing his work. We got this beautiful gorgeous fish right here in front, staring in the sand. So far, none of my plants got dug up. Well, yeah, I don't see none. The ones I rooted in, they're not gonna come out. Once they root in, they won't come out. Even the Pogostemon. Here's some pink flamingo. This is the pink flamingo. It's not looking so pink, but in the other tank that is cycled and all the plants doing great, it's looking really good. I got it from that tank. So I have like 4 pieces when I bought it in a cup. It was $10. Believe it or not, it was steal. $10 for this plant. Usually they're $35 and up. And so I put them in here. They're growing good. Alright guys, it's been 35 minutes. I don't know if you guys know, I haven't been feeling good. I've been on medication. I just haven't taken any today. I have been feeling a little better. Been taking just like ibuprofen, that's all. Nothing more, because it was making my muscles, all my body ache, like hurt. Looks like I was like some kind of a flu or something hit me. And I didn't have my flu shot this year. The whole house, the babies and the kids, they have to get their flu shot. I told the wife I don't need it. But I'm thinking again, next year I might get the flu shot. The flu season's over. You know, we're getting over this sickness right now. Yep, take care of yourself. I went in and out of the house too many times when it was hot inside and cold outside. That's why I got sick. Most of the time, that's why I get sick. It's, you know, I kind of get myself sick every year. Well, I'm feeling a little better today. That's why I kind of like watched Father Fish earlier and watched Fish Room Fever. Awesome dude. Go subscribe. He needs a couple more subscribers to hit that 1,000. Yeah, one thing I'm gonna tell you guys. I found out that a lot of shrimp, a lot of muss, a lot of snails equals a lot of babies of the snails, the shrimp. For some reason, I made a 30-gallon. I just started throwing a lot of muss and a lot of green, like duckweed and whatever I'm chopping around extra. I'm not throwing away. I'm just throwing it in that tank. And the tank is cycled and all that. There's some crushed coral on the bottom. And all of a sudden, my shrimp in that tank, it's growing. No joke. Big. You guys want to take a look? I have a light on it already right now, but it's really low light. You want to see the shrimpies? Here you go, I'll show it to you, no worries. Look at that green jungle. Christmas moss. I took it out of that tank because algae started growing on it all of a sudden. That's my mini Christmas moss. I don't want to lose it, and so I put it here. The shrimps are gonna glaze all day long on this thing. There's not much algae on it. It's just like a little bit of green algae, not much. No hair algae on there. So there's like some of the project guppies. Here is a shrimp. That's a male, kind of clear looking one. And they're everywhere, right? You seeing them? There's pleco here too. Rabbit snails, ramhorn snails, giant ramhorn snails, black rabbit snails, silk black rabbit snail. That's a black rabbit. That's a black skinned rabbit snail. That's a giant ramhorn in the back with lots of eggs everywhere. I'm not joking. This one, man, I like it. If you got a bunch of moss, well, by the way, That little rock right there, it's covered with that phoenix moss I got from 101 Aquascaping. 101 Aquascaping 101. He sent me some moss for free, but to tell you the truth, guys, it wasn't worth it. Opening and making big deal out of it, it wasn't that much. So hoping that it's enough, it's mixed with something else. He sent some Christmas moss that I threw in here too, but it was just a little bit. I have a lot. You can see this is my scrap. My scrap yard, moss scrap yard. I add every little tiny moss that I take from somewhere that, with the extra trims and stuff. I just throw it in here, and it's gonna suck all the nitrate out of the water. There's a lot of duckweed on top. Barely the light is penetrating. And there's yellow shrimps and orange yellow shrimps looking. I got some clear ones in there too, but I'm not worried about line breeding, guys. Just having fun. Remember? Yes, Carson Aquascaping. He picked me third place for his giveaway. That's okay. Thank you. I'm not complaining. Hopefully we grow that piece to a big one. But if I put it in a new tank, it will be full of algae, it will die out. And the lights will, like a highlight will kill it. I kind of leave it there for right now. We'll see what happens. It will, it's closer to the top, but a lot of duckweed covering the lights. So it's getting light, but not as full light that it's going to cause a lot of algae. I want the thing to grow. That is a rare moss. So thank you again, Aquascaping 101. Carson. He's a really nice kid from Hawaii. I have a family in Hawaii, by the way. I really love. I'm not gonna mention their name. I really love my family in Hawaii. They are amazing people. That's all I can say. Hopefully one day my family gets to watch this video. I might, share it on Facebook. Maybe they get to see it and give me some more thumbs up. I haven't seen them for a long time too. So enough of these tanks. I'm getting really tired, guys. I'm gonna call it a night. My multifasciata is doing great. Let's go back to that tank. The benefits of having a planted tank, not just to look at it nice, beautiful, the fish is healthy, makes the water clean, filters the water, is to, you'll be able to make more than one. You'll see how easy it is. You'll learn how to grow the plants one by one. You see what requires what, where, what light, and then you learn all that. I mean, this plant, it's been growing for me 3, 4, 5 different ways in each different tanks. No joke, show you this same plant, it's not gonna look like it without the dirt. Now you see how it looks. No joke, I wanted to show you to prove it. This plant here is very beautiful. I've been seeing a lot of aquascapers using it. It grows very quick and fast. You can propagate it very nice. Once you clip it, it's gonna grow 2 stems. So let me just show you how it's growing in there. Like, you're gonna see the difference, not gonna believe it. Hold on, just turning the lights on for you guys. Alrighty. So we got some hair algae, but this is the same plant. You see it? Yep, my cichlid tank, guys, my grow up cichlid tank, by the way. Doing here's no CO2, no dirt, only sand. They're growing amazing. This is that. Staying short too. I don't have to propagate it that much. What is it called? Alternera reniki. And pearlweed. No, what is that called? Duckweed. Not duckweed. Man, what duckweed? Guppy grass taking over the back. I took out some the other day. I threw it somewhere else, and you know, this thing growing hair algae. I don't know why exactly. Maybe there's too much bio. I have snails. I have a lot of baby cichlids growing out. No deaths happening. So the tank is clean. I do the water change, clean the filter. It's a top filter, sponge filter. We got 2 filters, one on top, hang them back, and one. So it's a planted cichlid tank with all kinds of plants. Like I said, the benefits of having planted tank: 1, you'll be able to propagate like clone. It's so easy. Just take, go take it somewhere else. It'll grow, and you learn how they grow differently. By the way, I am liking those backgrounded tanks a lot. So let's see. Like this one here, we're missing a background. It's not looking so good. There's no light on. I just turned it off. Yeah, this one has a background. Looks so good. This one has a background. Looks so good. No background. No, look good. The background looks really nice. So either make it blue or black, or put some kind of a background on the fish tanks. I'm thinking to do that this year. Cover all the back of my tanks that are permanently sitting down there. It looks much better. That's it. Nothing else to say. You guys, anything else to say, put it in the comments. I hope you guys like it. Hit the thumbs up. Don't forget to share and subscribe and like, all that good things. Again, 2 weeks old. We'll give you another 2 weeks later an update and see how the plants are doing. Thank you for coming in, guys. Later.